Hello guys, welcome back for another video, and I know that a lot of you guys out there has been waiting for the next EB's Race V4 video. So today, we're gonna talk about Race V4 again, and luckily I got my hands on some pretty pristine and secret information that I think a lot of you guys are probably going to be interested in hearing. Now, this information was given to me by a guy on Discord named Space, so massive shout out to this guy because he was able to give me this information, and it's a shout out to him, yeah. So, let's continue talking about this information after we roll that intro.
Believe that. Are you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do.
Alright, so now that that intro is finished, let's start talking about this information. So basically, this information is when Rip Indra went to a Please Donate server, and when he went into that Please Donate server, he actually gave information about the Race V4. Now, the only problem about the information that, oh god, it's laggy. Now, the only problem about the information that Rip Indra gave us when he was in that Please Donate server, it was sort of incomplete, meaning there was information that was left out that he said that was actually pretty important. Now, we are going to talk about it with this information that we got. So how did this information came to be? A hacker was able to get the chat logs to scheme through all of the things that Rip Indra said, right? So let's watch this or let's read this information that was given to us. So yeah, so this is basically it. You start down here. Wait. So you start down here. You can see the time 16:46:40. So this was given on 13:14. So this was given at 4:46:40. So 4:46 p.m. or a.m. maybe. So let's read it. For starters, you need to make sure that your race is fully developed. So it's talking about you need to have your race in V3. The races will require 5 minutes to develop into their final state before they can be awakened. Now this is pretty weird because what is it talking about? What is it talking about when it's talking the races will require 5 minutes to develop into their final state before they can be awakened? So we already know that the race awakening it's talking about is the Race V4. So what is it talking about? Because this information that we have right now gives so much context on what was said during Untrackable's video. The missing stuff right here gives a lot of context because the races will require 5 minutes to develop into their final state before they can be awakened. Now, what are those 5 minutes and what is that final state? And how do you develop and get to that point? Now, once the race is awoken, it will show signs of life and change color depending on its type. Now, what is this? Now, what is it talking about when it's talking about once the race is awoken, it will show signs of life and change color depending on its type? This is pretty weird, right? And it talks about the colors. So mink is green, human is red, ghoul is black, fish is blue, cyborg is purple, angel is yellow. So I think the theory of gears being related to races are actually true because we can see here that there's actually 6 gears for the 6 races and their colors are very corresponding to each other. When a race awakens, it does so with all 6 core stats at 100%. So I think that we will this line here basically is telling us that we'll actually need to get all cores or all gears because it says that when a race awakens, it does so with all 6 core stats at 100%, which means that all of the cores or all of the gears we will need to have. All right, this means basically that we will need all the gears. And the next line confirms it. The secret to unlock an awakening lies in the fact that each stat is linked to a specific element. So this means that when you awaken the elements, the elements associated to your race's core stat will increase as well. So yeah, like I said, that when you awaken, the elements associated to your race's core stat will increase as well. So when you awaken, the elements associated to your race's core stat will increase as well. So these will give you stats, and when you awaken, the core stat of your race will increase as well. This way, your character will gain more power than expected. And not only that, but awakening races have special abilities that are tied to their cores. So this means that you will have all cores, all 6 cores for all 6 races. However, when you awaken, you will only be able to use the core that was given that's for your character. That's based on what's being said here. So this way your character will gain more power than expected, and the secret to unlock an awakening lies in the fact that each stat is linked to a specific element. So it also said the secret to unlock an awakening lies in the fact that each stat is linked to specific elements. So maybe there's something here. This means that when you awaken, the elements associated to your race's core stat will increase as well. So like I said, each core will give you a boost, but only the core related to your race will increase when you awaken. Not only that, but yeah, so we already read that. Now, while these races will not always be available at the start of a new game, they will appear during the course of gameplay. Now, what is it talking about here? What is it talking about here? What is it talking about when it said while these races will not always be available at the start of a new game? Now, it could mean that he's talking about the base race, the race V1, and then maybe he's talking about races V1, and they will appear during the course of gameplay, meaning when you have spinned your race or when you have gotten a new race. Or maybe it could be talking about something else. I don't know. The first thing we would like to talk about regarding this ability is the fact that it requires two things to trigger it. So now he's talking about the races will not. So maybe he's talking about race awakening, right? Maybe he's talking about race awakening here. So the first thing we would like to talk about regarding this ability is the fact that it requires two things to trigger it: the use of a mirror fractal and completing a certain quest. This quest takes place in a circuit island and involves an ancient ritual. So this is the part in Untrackables video. When you begin the quest, you'll be asked to find a crystal ball, You must climb the stairs, labyrinth, crystal ball should be present, merchant, 10,000 fragments. Obtain the ball, return to the Temple of Time, speak to the man who gave you the quest. He will ask you to perform 3 rituals to open a portal to the ancient kingdom. After performing all 3 rituals, he will offer to trade you service for the mirror fractal. Remember that if you fail to complete the quest, you will still be able to acquire the mirror fractal, but you won't be able to activate its ability. So he's talking about here that the races or the race awakening will not always be available at the start of a new game, and that they will appear during the course of a gameplay. And there's 2 things that will trigger it. I already talked about this in my last video. And there are 2 things to trigger it: the use of a mirror fractal and completing a certain quest. So these quests take place in a secret island involving an ancient ritual. Now these are the points that we don't know. It's talking about how to unlock it, but yet we still don't know what it's talking about in this part. We need a clue to get close to this area here, because whatever it's talking about, secret island, secret area, or mirror fractal crystal ball, we don't know nothing about that right now. It's all covered in shrouded mysteries, so we don't know nothing about that. We don't know shit. Alright, so we still need a clue. But yeah, I think that this information down here gave us a lot of insight on what Race Awakening will be, or what we could expect from Race Awakening, and how Race Awakening could possibly work. Anyways guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. I don't want to drag this video on for too long. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out, and see you guys in the next video. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Peace out. And if you got any questions regarding Race V4, regarding Roblox, regarding One Piece, don't forget to call ABs. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.